How does a group of believers become a multi-billion-dollar empire? There's an organization, hidden in plain sight, worth over $47 billion. They own prime real estate worldwide, have powerful friends, but most people have never heard their name. Behind the welcoming smiles, there's a darker truth, one that costs more than just money. In this investigation, we pull back the curtain on the Unity, exposing secrets they fought to keep hidden. Every movement has its leader. For the Unity, that was Julian Thorne, a charismatic salesman who promised answers and built a business from people's hopes. His workshops grew into a global powerhouse. But was he a visionary, or just a prophet of profit? The Unity began in a dusty office above a laundromat in 1972, where Julian Thorne blended psychology, philosophy, and mysticism. Thorne offered not salvation, but self-upgrade, targeting those disillusioned with tradition, promising a path to their optimal selves. Early followers felt special, part of an exclusive group, drawn in by Thorne's unwavering certainty and the promise of transformation. As word of mouth spread, Thorne's small workshops could no longer contain the growing demand. He knew he needed to scale up. He needed a system. This was the moment the pathway transformed from a series of talks into a structured, multi-level organization. Thorne, ever the salesman, designed it like a corporate training program. There were introductory courses, intermediate levels, and advanced mastery programs. Each level required a greater financial commitment and a deeper level of devotion. It was a brilliant strategy. It created a clear path for followers to follow, always dangling the next level of enlightenment just out of reach. The curriculum was meticulously planned. Early courses focused on simple, feel-good techniques, guided meditations, positive affirmations, and communication exercises. They were designed to produce quick, tangible results. Members would report feeling more confident, less stressed, and more in control of their lives. These early successes were powerful recruitment tools. People would excitedly tell their friends and family, "You have to try this. It really works." This created a viral marketing effect long before the internet. The organization didn't need to advertise. Its own enthusiastic members became its most effective sales force, bringing new people into the fold. Behind the scenes, Thorne was carefully building his inner circle. He identified the most dedicated and charismatic followers. He promoted them to positions of authority, making them guides and facilitators. He gave them responsibility, but never the full picture. They were trained to deliver the curriculum exactly as written, with no deviation. They were taught how to handle skeptics and how to encourage members to sign up for the next, more expensive course. This created a pyramid-like structure, with Thorne alone at the very top, holding all the secrets and all the power. The machine was being assembled piece by piece. This structure also served another, more sinister purpose: control. By creating a hierarchy, Thorne could isolate his members from outside influences. Their new community became their entire world. Their guide became their primary source of advice, replacing therapists, family, or old friends. The teachings of the pathway became the ultimate authority on every aspect of their lives, from finances to relationships to health. The organization was no longer just a place you went for a weekend seminar. For many, it was becoming the sole framework. A machine designed to pull them in deeper and make it harder to leave. The Unity promised total freedom, a godlike state immune to pain, failure, and illness. But no matter how much you paid or tried, you never arrived. Members blamed themselves, chasing an impossible standard, always just out of reach. The promise of perfection became a beautiful cage. Never freedom, only endless striving. What do people in the Unity believe? At its heart, it's a mix of pop psychology, New Age spirituality, and science fiction. Founder Julian Thorne called it a technology of the soul, a science, not a faith. Using a device called an e-meter, they claim to erase engrams, painful memories, unlocking your true, godlike self. The Unity promises purpose, healing, and a heroic quest, if you follow their path. The Unity is structured like a game with endless levels. Julian Thorne designed it to keep people climbing, always chasing the next goal. Each step up the ladder of truth costs more, promising knowledge and power, but locking members in with secrecy, sunk costs, and the hope of total freedom. The Unity is a rigid, top-down pyramid. At the bottom are public members, above them the staff, then mid-level managers, and at the very top, the secretive inner circle. Power flows down, never up, Even the elite are prisoners in a gilded cage, trapped by the system they control. The Unity controls its members through language. Julian Thorne created a special jargon. Problems become areas of charge. Sadness is a low-toned emotional state. This language isolates members, making outsiders seem foreign and critical, thinking nearly impossible. Words don't just describe their world, they create it. Inside the Unity, life is a 24/7 existence. Members live in communal housing, working tirelessly. Their world shrinks to the Unity's compounds. They earn almost no pay. It's called a sacred duty. Days are structured, roles assigned. Hardship becomes a badge of honor. They work for a promise never fulfilled. The heart of life inside the Unity is the clarification session. This is where members go to be audited. It's a small, quiet room, just you, the auditor, and the e-meter. You hold the metal cans of the device. The auditor asks you intensely personal questions. They probe into every corner of your life, your fears, your secrets, your sexual history, your private thoughts about other members. Nothing is off limits. You are told that to clear your engrams, you must be completely honest. You must hold nothing back. The auditor writes down everything you say, every single word. These sessions are not therapy. They are interrogations disguised as spiritual healing. The auditor is not a trained therapist. They are another member who has been trained to follow a script. Their goal is not to help you, but to find your buttons, your vulnerabilities, your deepest insecurities. All of this information is meticulously filed away. It goes into your personal folder, a folder that the organization keeps forever. I've seen these files. They contain a person's entire life, all their pain and secrets, recorded in cold, hard detail. It's a treasure trove of blackmail material. This information is used to control you. If you ever think about leaving or speaking out, they know exactly what to use against you. They know the secret you told your auditor in confidence. They know the shameful memory you thought was being erased. Former members have told me how leaders would bring up details from their sessions to humiliate and silence them. "We know you did this," they'll say. "We know you thought that. If you leave, everyone will know." It's the ultimate betrayal. The very process that was supposed to liberate you becomes the bars of your prison. The pressure to confess everything creates intense paranoia. Members become terrified of their own thoughts. They know that every bad thought, every doubt about Julian Thorne or the leadership must be confessed in the next session. If they don't, they believe the e-meter will reveal their lie. So they turn themselves in. They report their own thought crimes. This system makes them their own jailers. It destroys their sense of personal privacy and inner freedom. The auditing room, promised as a place of healing, becomes a place of profound psychological violation. The single most brutal tactic the Unity uses to maintain control is a policy called disconnection. It's simple and devastating. If a member is deemed critical of the group, or even just questions the doctrine, they are labeled a suppressive person, an enemy. Once someone is given this label, every other member in good standing is ordered to cut off all contact with them, immediately and completely. This includes your closest friends, your spouse, your parents, even your own children. You are expected to disconnect from them as if they never existed. Imagine your child, who you raised and love more than anything, suddenly stops answering your calls. They change their number. They refuse to see you. They send you a cold formal letter stating that you are a negative influence and they can no longer have you in their life. This is the reality for thousands of families torn apart by the Unity. It's a choice no parent should ever have to make: your faith or your family. The organization frames it as a spiritual necessity. They say that suppressive persons are like a disease, and to protect your own spiritual progress, you must amputate them from your life. This policy is the ultimate weapon against dissent. It ensures that anyone who leaves or is kicked out loses their entire social world in an instant. They lose their support system. They are left completely alone, which is often when they are at their most vulnerable. The fear of disconnection keeps people in line. They see what happens to others who step out of line. They see the pain and isolation. So they bury their doubts. They smile and pretend everything is okay. They are terrified of losing everyone they love. It's a form of emotional blackmail on a massive scale. For those on the receiving end, the pain is unimaginable. They are erased. They become ghosts in the lives of their loved ones. They miss weddings, birthdays, and the births of grandchildren. They are punished for the crime of thinking for themselves. I have sat with mothers who haven't spoken to their children in more than a decade. They weep as they show me old photos, remembering a time before the unity destroyed their family. Disconnection is not a spiritual policy. It is a cruel and inhumane form of emotional torture, designed for one purpose: to protect the cult at all costs. Life inside the unity is relentless, a pressure cooker of constant work and fear. Doubts accumulate slowly, often triggered by hypocrisy or broken promises. Leaving feels like jumping off a cliff, with the outside world painted as hostile. The organization doesn't let go easily, subjecting doubters to intense scrutiny. Friends turn against you, and leaving means losing everything familiar. Those who escape face a world they no longer understand, rebuilding from scratch. The journey to mental freedom is long and arduous. They have escaped, but true freedom is a distant goal. The breaking point is just the beginning of a new battle. They are free, but not yet liberated. The Unity's wealth, a staggering $47 billion, is shrouded in mystery. Money flows from costly courses and pressured donations, promising salvation. Members sacrifice life savings, inheritances, even businesses. The Unity's financial genius lies in its complex web of corporations and trusts. As a church, it enjoys tax advantages while running for-profit ventures. This structure obscures true wealth, evading taxes and liability. The result is a corporate giant masquerading as a religion. Wealth funds lavish lifestyles and legal battles, not charity. Believers' money consolidates power, protecting the cult's secrets. The financial empire thrives on deception and manipulation. The Unity crushes criticism with ruthless efficiency. The Office of Special Affairs, their private intelligence agency, targets enemies. Tactics include surveillance, intimidation, and character assassination. Critics face relentless harassment, designed to silence them. The internet is a new battleground, with aggressive censorship and misinformation. The Unity's war on critics reveals their fear of exposure. They fight to protect secrets, not beliefs. The truth threatens their empire, so they attack the messengers. Critics are discredited, their voices drowned out. The Unity's tactics are born of desperation, not confidence. They fear the truth will crumble their empire. The war on critics is a battle for control, not faith. The voices of victims must be heard. Dark secrets lurk within the Unity, beyond financial fraud. Disappearances and mysterious deaths haunt the organization. Michelle Shelley Barnett's vanishing remains a chilling mystery. Lisa McPherson's tragic death exposed dangerous neglect. The Unity's doctrine discourages seeking professional help. Tragedies are blamed on victims, not the organization. The pattern of neglect and control is clear and chilling. The Unity prioritizes self-preservation over accountability. The missing and the dead are stark reminders of human cost. Secrets are not just financial, they are about lives lost. The Unity wields the legal system as a weapon. Lawsuits harass and bankrupt critics, not seek justice. Their legal team is vast, aggressive, and well-funded. They exploit religious freedom to evade accountability. Many cases are dropped due to financial exhaustion. The First Amendment shields them from scrutiny. Recent cases show cracks in their legal fortress. High-profile settlements and investigations offer hope. The cult's legal strategy is formidable but not infallible. Accountability may be on the horizon. Survivors of the Unity carry the scars of deception. Their stories reveal lost years, stolen money, and broken families. Leaving is a long, arduous journey, not a single event. Survivors rebuild lives from scratch, haunted by guilt. The blame lies with the manipulators, not the victims. Healing is slow, but resilience shines through. Survivors find new communities and freedoms. Their voices are powerful weapons against the Unity. They break the spell, revealing the truth behind the facade. Survivors offer hope, proving escape and recovery are possible. This isn't just a story about one group, it's a warning. Cults prey on our need to belong and for meaning. using manipulation and isolation. This fight is to protect our families and communities. By shedding light and talking openly, we defend our right to think for ourselves and help others break free.